Hi everybody, it's Donna here, occasionally Shaja, and I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit here. I may have to adjust it again when I show you my project. So I'm here with a project share, and this project share is a couple of Marie Antoinette dolls. When I had made Michelle Pipeling hers, I told her that I was going to be doing, one for myself, and as it was, I had done and printed off two other images, and I wasn't sure how I would do it because one image I stuffed and one I left flat like hers, like all my other tassel dolls. The other ones have just a flat doll, and one I did stuff. So I'm going to show you the stuffed one first, which I have to say I don't care for as much as the flat one, but that's okay. It's a little bit different, and I've got to tell you, this particular one, I did change up a bit. I actually flipped the color scheme of the skirt. So when I made Michelle's, hers was the opposite. And the second one that I made was also like Michelle's, the opposite of this one, but I'm going to show you this one first. So here she is. Here she is. Let me see if, I don't know if she'll stand like that by herself without hanging. I guess she will. So let me just pan up a little bit. All right, so there she is. Here's the image. I'm just going to turn her like this a bit so you can see her and her image. And if I keep continuing to turn her, you're going to see that she is, I put my hand here, quite dimensional. She's not flat at all. She is stuffed. So let me bring her back around. And to start, I'll show you this first. This is the stick pin that I made here. And it's a big blue faceted crystal there, very light blue. She's got a lot of blue in her image. And if we turn around, pretty much, she's very similar to how I decorated Michelle. So she does have the cameo on the top. She's got some of the clay flowers, the little chain here that just sets there because in the image, I don't know if you can see, but in the image underneath, ooh, I don't know if it'll show you, there is like a, there it is. There's a string of pearls. So I just, or a string of something. I'm sure they were pearls. So I just put those silver beads there on this one. So on her head, the feathers, I only used two feathers and just some pearls and some rhinestones in there, as you can see. And then I made, see that big pink stick pin? So I made a stick pin and I just actually popped it in here on the top. It's not a crown, but it does give that piece up there a little something else. So if I pan up, okay, I put my hand behind there. You can see it does give a little something else to this piece going all the way up. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get to her dress. So down here, I used a wedding dress applique. It's really pretty heavily beaded, as you can see. So I just popped that on at the waistline. And so when I say the opposite on the dress, you're going to see that I used the silk, and this I think was like not a negligee, but it was actually, it might have been a slip. This may have been a slip or a negligee. I can't remember, but it was, something, and it is silk. So I popped that down there and put the silver up here on the little poofs. Now, and I don't know what these are called, so I'm going to call them poofs. So on Michelle's, it was opposite, and the other one that I'm going to show you, you're going to see that it is opposite. So I did the silver here, the pink here. I used the same piece here, but on Michelle's and the other one, I have a different trim on each of this. So I wanted to have the silver to bring the silver down into it. I then cut a piece of trim, and I had all these little like doily pieces, and I put an Aurora Borealis rose in the center of each, because I know I've seen somewhere online that she had a dress with these big circles on them, and so I thought, well, that would be kind of cute. I could do that, because the pink was just so plain, and she is not plain by any means. Wasn't a plain woman. So anyway, I did use this trim here, which is a new trim that I just got, and I really like it. It almost looks like it's a feather on the top, and then it's got this rosette with pearls. I didn't add those pearls. It all came like this. So pretty unique, and actually kind of shiny. But I thought that was kind of cool. And then my favorite trim is what I used here on the bottom. I love, love, love this trim. These are little dangles. But I just used it as a trim, and then I put Aurora Borealis crystals in the center of all these flowers as well. And as you can see, here's her tassel. So, and if I bring her down, that way you'll get to see her. Okay. Now on the back of this one, and like with Michelle's, I did add a piece of, embroidery here that kind of crawls down the back here. And then I did put another wedding dress applique that's a little different than the other one here on the waist. And I continued just with the circles on the back of the dress here and the little AB roses. And basically, it's very similar to the front, but a little plainer because it doesn't have that stripe going down there. So anyway, that is the first one. That is my first Marie. And again, what makes her different is she is stuffed. And, it was difficult working with the solid pink. I didn't like, it wasn't as fun as this real shiny silver fabric. It's a silvery blue. I really enjoyed working with that fabric. So that said, that's what I used for the second one. So this one is more like Michelle's. It's a little bit different. Okay. This one, let me just get that out of the way, is a flat image, as you can see. Pretty flat compared to the other one. This one I added a little bit more to her head here, her headpiece. So she's got a crown, and then, she does have the feathers. I did add a little pink and a little blue up here as well. Again, the same thing. I added, this piece here because it is on the image underneath, along with the clay flowers. She does have the cameo. And this stick pin, as you can see, is a little different. This one has a pink frosted bead on there. On the front of the dress, I have an applique, excuse me, along with a real pretty ribbon flower. Let me see if I can bring that up. Maybe it'll focus. And so that kind of sets off that. So the base of this dress is very similar to Michelle's. It's basically in this section identical. We have the fringe again, the silk puffs or poofs. We've got this down the center with this trim, which is a cream trim too, on each side of this embroidered trim. Now what's different on this than Michelle's is because I didn't have as much, I ran out of the fan type thing. I think I did fans on the base of hers. So I had these, I thought kind of look like crowns, this pink trim. And there is some gold in there. I don't know if you can see it very well. But it's pretty, it's shiny, satiny. And then on the bottom of that, I added this trim, and this is a whole piece. It consists of these little tiny rosettes, all with pearls and these little dangles. And this came as you see it. So all I did was add that. On the back of this gal, I did put a wedding dress applique here in the center. So you can see that. Again, it's one of those, it's pretty heavily beaded. And then this one has one of those winding embroidery pieces going down the back of her head. The gimp around that trim, um, you know, the same type of trim there. And basically it's just um, very similar to the front. But you can see there's a lot going on in that pattern. And it's a silvery blue, very, very light blue, if anything. I think it is more of a silver. And again, here are her tassels hanging. And so I wish I could get this all in frame so you could see the whole thing, because she is really beautiful, head to toe. Uh, and I can't push her back anymore because I get too much junk on my table. But I think you can get the gist of it. So this is my second Marie. This is my favorite one. I don't think I'll part with this one. The other one, I mean, I'll keep it and enjoy it, but it's not the one that I like most. So couldn't wait to get these projects done, so I could start working on something else. I only have one other Marie thing to do, and because I'm all Marie'd out. I think I said that in the last video. And it's the wig. And so I'm going to start working on that. I have a plain mannequin, and I am going to paint it up and then put the wig on and then try to make it just as a something to look at, maybe on my candy station or whatever, um, just as a decorative piece. So I'll be working on that. So that's it for now. I hope you like my projects and let me know what you think. And hopefully I'll be able to get some more work done over the weekend. Have a great day. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.